found these lions we were looking for. They are lying in very long grass at the moment. It's a bit difficult for us to see them, but it looks like there's 1 or 2 female lions with cubs. I can see 2 cubs at the moment, and there is a big male. You might be able to see him just off to the left. And you can see his mane in the long grass just on the left hand side. That's a big male. Oh, that is wonderful. I'm so glad we've managed to find them. But look how well camouflaged they are at the moment. It is a hot day, so lions like to rest and lie in the shade. And that's exactly what these lions are doing. And later this evening, they'll probably get up and start moving around. Look at those little cubs. Oh, isn't that great? Brennan, I don't think it's fair to say that the animals are dangerous. You know, all animals, I think, if they feel threatened or if they are in danger, can potentially be dangerous. But look, you know, if you had to bump into a lion in the bush, usually they would probably choose to run away from you rather than attack you. Buffalo, though, are quite unpredictable, and hippo. In my opinion, those two are probably the ones that are the most unpredictable and the ones that we have to look out for, I would say, all the time, especially when we're walking. So someone like Steph, who's walking around at the moment, he'll be looking for those types of animals. It's we do have to be careful of those, but the lions, they're generally okay, but you do always have to be careful with all animals. If they feel threatened or feel in danger, they will protect themselves and they will be very, very aggressive. Alright, so all the kids from Hampton Oaks, Centerville and Bartlett Community Partnership, thank you so much for joining us this afternoon. Hope you've all enjoyed it. We're going to say goodbye to you now, and the rest of the show is going to continue. Goodbye, and we'll see you all hopefully soon on Safari Live. Coming through to us. And these lions are still resting, but as I said, it is a warm afternoon, and it is probably the best little spot they've found. I'm surprised they're lying in the long grass though. I would have thought they'd just look for an area that's shady but not in the long grass. But look how they flattened that grass around them at the moment. You can see one of those beautiful cubs, but look at that. I've got a nice little spot there. It is just the one female with the 2 cubs and that big male. So this is a female from the Styx Pride with her 2 cubs and one of the Birmingham males. So nice to see them, and I always think it's really special when you get to see these big males with the cubs, with the pride, because you don't often see it. The females are always nervous when these big males come in, because we know they can be aggressive when they are feeding, and they can be unpredictable with young cubs. So the females are always very cautious when these big males are around, but very soon they relax. The cubs relax, and the cubs get to interact a little bit with their fathers. Now, again, we don't know exactly if this male lion is definitely the father of these cubs, because we do know that the females will mate with lions or with different males. So these Birmingham males, probably all 4 of them would have mated with this female, and she does that on purpose to ensure the safety of those cubs. So we don't know exactly if this is the male, but he thinks that these are his offspring. So that is why they are safe, and he's comfortable with them being around. I'm going to sit with them a bit longer just to see if they get up and move, and it's so nice to see them. But Taylor's got some elephant to show you. So they are still resting completely. They're lying in this long grass. Now, earlier I said there was just the lioness, the 2 cubs, and the big male. But there is another lioness here. I just saw some movement, and it's in that long grass. Let's see if you can see her. Look how well camouflaged she is. There she is, lying in the grass. So well camouflaged and hidden in that long grass. But luckily these others are out in the open now. It's been a very, very warm day. And also, I can't remember when last these lions ate. I know they had a water kill 2 days ago or so, but not sure if they've managed to get anything else in them since then. And the reason why I'm bringing that up is because if lions are hungry, they may get up and move around a little bit earlier. There is a nice cool breeze at the moment. The temperature has dropped, so there is a possibility they could wake up and move around earlier and possibly head out into the open. There is water close by, so they may go and drink, but it's always very difficult to say, and you can never be sure. It could take them 10 minutes, it could take them 2 hours to wake up and move around. So, oh, look at that. Isn't that cute? Lovely. Now, even though, and I always say this, even though these lions look like they are fast asleep, they are still very, very alert and very aware of what is around them. So if anything had to walk through this long grass, they would pick up on the sound and be up in a flash. Mont, that's a difficult question to answer, and I'll tell you why. Lions, it depends on the time of year. So in summer they can probably sleep a lot longer, so probably up to 20 hours a day maybe. Lions can rest, especially if they have full bellies. They can rest and sleep for that amount of time. Otherwise, they could potentially, in winter it might be a lot less, 16 hours a day maybe. During the most part of the day when the sun is up, the lions tend to rest a lot. But yeah, it's difficult. It all depends. It all depends. There's another vehicle coming in. I just want to show them exactly where to go, and then they might get a better view. So they can also see these wonderful lions and the cubs. I think they'll get a nice view from that side. It's always nice to just give everyone a hand so that they're able to all see these animals. Oh, wow, as this vehicle's driven in, they've driven over some wild aniseed. I can smell it. It's very, very strong at the moment. Wonderful smell in the air. That almost like licorice, minty licorice smell. So Reese, no, the male lions, the length of fur on a male and female will probably be the same over their entire body, but the males then obviously have that long fur, that mane around the neck and head that you can see through there. But in terms of their coat, it's probably the same between the male and the female. If you look at that male and have a look at the female, the lioness over there, see, it's the same. She's probably got a bit more fur around her belly area, perhaps. But generally, the entire body, the fur, is about the same length. Now, I'm going to leave these lions. They are resting. We've had a lovely view of them. I'm going to give everyone else a chance to come in and see them. We may try and return later. Let's head back to Steph and get an update from him on his walk.